It had been confirmed that the mecha team leader is being rebuilt to stop the Imagined Order from destroying the island, and since the pilot herself, Paradigm, is no longer with the Seven, we might going to have to control the mecha ourselves. But leakers have found a new version of Paradigm that might indicate that she will return. So for today's video, I will be covering why Paradigm will return and that she knows something no one else knows, something that is going to change the story forever. The community have been speculating for years about Paradigm being Singularity. The first proof comes from the game director himself, Donald Mustard, as he goes on to talk about how Singularity is not the only name she goes by, and that she will play a huge role for the future of the Fortnite story. The second proof is Singularity's armor, as her armor share almost an identical look to the Paradigm outfit. Singularity is the only skin in Fortnite that share 3D model parts with Paradigm. But to put the cherry on top of it all, in the description of a recently added item, the Mecha Team Glider, it says this: Paradigm Certified Mech Surplus Craft. So at this point in time, I think it's safe to say that Paradigm is Singularity. But why is Paradigm so important? You see, Paradigm Singularity has been with us since the unvaulting event in Chapter 1 Season 8. Her helmet could be found inside the vault with the 0 point. Later during the same event, as the player leaves the Nexus, the island gets destroyed by the prisoner after his volcano starts erupting. Singularity then goes on to rebuild the island, setting up the events of Season 9. But as Season 9 progressed, Singularity noticed an ancient monster under the Ice King's castle has awakened. She quickly builds a giant robot to protect the island from the monster that we know as the Devourer. As she fights the monster, Singularity absorbs some power from the 0 point to even the odds between them. In the end, she managed to defeat the monster, but harms the 0 point during the fight. She then do a couple of moves and takes off into the sky to never be seen again. Or so we thought. After the 0 point exploded, the 0 point creates a different timeline, a time where the meteor never hit the island. This would be known to the player as Season X. Later during Season X, there would be a skin released in the item shop with the name The Paradigm. There wasn't really much to the skin in the beginning, other than that it was a part of a group named The Seven and that her allegiance was still unknown. But recently, Paradigm has been viewed as a traitor by many in The Seven. If this is because she managed to escape the prison the Origin had to be saved from, or if it's because she created an alternate timeline after harming the 0 point, we still don't know. But as the days goes by and we are getting closer and closer to the end of Season 2, the question becomes once more, who will Paradigm side with? So pay close attention, because the answer might come out as being quite shocking. During the final moments of Chapter 1, we will see our beloved island for the last time. It all starts off with the scientist launching his rocket into the sky and then travels through a rift. A couple of seconds pass, and before you know it, you're surrounded by 7 rockets. They all fly around the island for a while, but suddenly everyone starts activating their boosters and flies into the same rift. A rift behind the comet appears, and out of it comes all the 7 rockets. They all fly past the meteor into the second rift underneath and continue doing this in a repeated action. The meteor gets sent into motion and gets sent into the rift underneath it. Everything becomes quiet for a while, and nothing is really happening. But suddenly, a huge rift right above the 0 point opens, and out of it comes one of the rockets. It locks all its targets on the 0 point and flies straight into it. This impact sends the players into the sky. Right after appears the 6 other rockets with the meteor. They all fly together towards the 0 point and sends the meteor straight into it. As the player flies even further, everything takes a turn and begins to fall towards the 0 point instead. And as the player slowly falls towards the 0 point, everything becomes dark. Slowly after appears the OG Fortnite music with just one thing: a black hole. So why am I bringing this up? Why is the end of Chapter 1 so important? You see, the Seven's goal is to destroy the Imagined Order and free the 0 point in order to get everyone to their rightful place. So this event was going to be the end. This was going to put an end to the loop and free the 0 point from the Imagined Order. But that never happened. Instead, we ended up with Chapter 2. You see, the first rocket was the only rocket that entered the 0 point, while the others just flew different directions. But why am I bringing this up? Well, that first rocket is the reason the 7 failed. Everything the 7 had worked towards, everything they had planned for so long, it all came to waste because of this one person. So who was this first rocket? Well, it has never been confirmed who it was, but it had to be someone that knew what they were doing. Someone that is already familiar with being inside the 0 point, someone that got the precision in order to pilot the rocket to the absolute singularity of the 0 point. And who others than the 7's pilot herself is better to take on that task? It would explain why the 7 believe Paradigm is a traitor, because she never succeeded in finishing their job. So assuming that Paradigm was the one that entered the 0 point, what happened and why did she fail? 11, 146, 15, 62. I was not alone. 87, 14, 106 to 150. Others were outside the loop. 69, 146, 15, 36. This was not calculated. 2, 176, 8, 160, 65. The nothing is now inevitable. These are all numbers that occurred during the black hole event. As the person in the first rocket was about to put an end to everything, they met someone. Someone that would change the way they looked at the 0 point forever. But who could this person have been? There's not a lot of evidence that cover this too well. The one that makes the most sense is this skin right here. This skin was released on the day Chapter 2 got released and goes by the name The Zero. In its description, it says this: everything and nothing. Assuming that Paradigm was the one that traveled into the 0 point, this is why the 7 call her a traitor. She failed her mission, but found someone giving her a whole new perspective on the 0 point. This explains perfectly why her allegiance remains still unknown, because she isn't on any of the sides. Not on the 7's, and not on the Imagined Order's side. The Fortnite world consists of so many mysteries that is still unsolved till this day, and let me tell you that this is only the tip of the iceberg. So in this event that's coming up, people might going to sacrifice themselves. But not for the 7, and not for the Imagined Order, but for the cause they believe is right. This has been your boy Scora. Take care of yourself, and have yourself a damn good one.